Hello and welcome back to Calgunner TV. I'm Cal, and today I just wanted to talk about Liverpool, trouble in paradise, because so far the season hasn't gone the way most Liverpool fans wanted. I think at the start of the season they all wanted the results they got. They were winning games, even though albeit not ways that they wanted to. Last minute winners over and over and over again, but now those last minute wins have kind of caught up to them. And they're kind of feeling the pain. Now, before I get into it, please hit that like button as it helps support the channel, and please subscribe if you want to see more, if you want to do so. Now, getting into the nitty gritty, just without like any sort of bias, because trying to be objective, even though I'm an Arsenal fan and I don't want Liverpool to win the league, obviously, and obviously there's banter and stuff like that, but just taking that to the side, like just taking a step back and taking a look at this Liverpool situation right now. If you were honest with yourselves, watching Liverpool play those games at the start of the season, you knew that they weren't playing very well, and a lot of these last minute winners were bailing them out. And now now it's actually caught up to them, and they're starting to lose game. We saw them lose against, they've lost 3 games on the bounce. They just lost against Chelsea, and it's not looking that good. And there's a lot of people blaming Slot. Some insane kind of over the top Liverpool fans are saying Slot out at this point in time, which is absolutely crazy. He just won the league, and yeah, like just okay, just on a level. And I think this is something that I don't think many people actually talk about. When we talk about managers, we just want managers to come into a team, win, and continue winning, continue challenging, and that's like football utopia. But I don't think anyone's really spoken about this like different manager type skill sets, like what skill set a manager brings, what are they good at? You know, like let's take our club for example, Arsenal, my club. Like right now, all we know that us like Arteta as a manager, what he's good at and what he's proven to be good at, he's good at building a club up, and he's good at taking a team to a title challenge. And that's what we've done so far. What we don't know what he's capable of is he capable of winning it all? We don't know that. Some managers might be good at steadying the ship, like Southgate did for England, and some managers are good at building a team up, like Arteta has proven that he's actually good at taking a team from a place where they're not really good to making them title contenders. But we don't know if Arteta's good at everything. He wasn't good. He's not. He hasn't been good at winning titles yet. That's to be seen at the end of this season. Southgate wasn't good at winning titles either. He wasn't good at winning, big European competitions, even though he took England from a place of not being that great to actually competing, getting to semi-finals and finals. He just couldn't take them across the line. Now, I say that to talk about Slot. What did Slot prove that he's good at? Slot proved that he's good at winning a league because he won it before he came to Liverpool, and he came to Liverpool and win the league. He's proven that he's good at taking a pre-existing system and adapting with it. He's proven that he's good at taking players that are already there and utilizing them to the best of their ability and getting something over the line. So Slot is a winning manager. Now, what he hasn't proven in the Premier League yet is he hasn't proven that he's able to implement his style of football and with his players and get a team to click that way. And that is a completely different skill set to what's what he did to win the league title with Liverpool. And no one's really talking about that. It's completely different to take a style of play that's pre-existing and just steady it, make some tweaks and get it to work and win with it than to just build a team up, because right now this Slot team is just different from the Liverpool team of last season. You know, when talking about Liverpool's spine was Trent, Van Dijk, Salah, Allison. Those are like the 4 world-class players that were in the team. And you take Trent out of that equation, and it's a completely different ball game. Now they bought in Woods, which I thought was really good because you can't get rid of a player like um you can't get rid of a player like Trent and take that creativity out of it and expect to continue being the same team. So you get a player like Woods, the one of the best, if not considered the best 10 in the world, and you put them into Liverpool and you think, hey, you know, this is going to work because we're getting rid of creativity, but we're taking in creativity. But that's just not how it works. If you're used to having a lot of your creativity coming from your left back inverting in, or overlapping, you can't now expect the team to operate the same with that creativity now being in the middle. It's a completely different structure. It's just not going to. It's going to take time, and that's the thing. I think embedding a player like Woods into the team is going to take time. I don't think the team's used to playing with a 10 like they are, because who were the most creative players at Liverpool? Salah, Trent, both on the right hand side. Now you're asking the team to create more from the middle, and they don't have Luis Diaz either, who was actually very creative from the left. I think Luis Diaz was actually more creative on the left than Gakpo. So I think it wasn't like for like changes. I think it was like for like an even upgrade on talent. But in terms of structure of the team, the way the team works, it's just not going to work the same. A lot of people are saying, they were saying just play the same midfield and we'd play like we did last season for Liverpool. We saw Chelsea, that just doesn't work. You have different profiles of players, and you just have to play differently. You're not going to play the same way that Liverpool did last season. It just doesn't work, and it's going to take time. And the team's going to have to get used to playing with Wirtz. They're going to have to get used to playing with Ekatike and Isaac, because it's just not the same team. You know, like, I don't care what you say, Frimpong isn't Trent. He's not going to do the same thing Trent does. So I think now Slot has to prove that he can take this team with these players that he's bought, implement them, and win this season. To be honest, I think even if Slot doesn't win the league this year, you don't give up on him. I think I think that's insane to expect him to just go out there and win the league, for banter's sake and stuff like that. It's annoying when Liverpool fans said that they were just going to walk the league, but, just taking fan banter out of it. I think if Slot wins the league this season by taking out the players that he had to take out and bringing in all these players and still managing to retain a title the way he has, I think that's like a tremendous achievement. I mean, we saw it with Ten Hag in terms of the first season, Ten Hag came third and he won the Carabao. And this next season, when he had to try to implement his own style with some players, it didn't work. And the club didn't give him enough time. I think no matter what, I think Slot should be given enough time to implement his system. And it's not a guarantee it's just going to click off the bat. It just isn't. And maybe, just maybe, I'm hearing that this might be the last season. Maybe it will take someone like Olise coming in to maybe suit the Slot system more. Maybe it takes a little bit more tweaks. I don't know. But they have the talent. I don't expect I don't think it's guaranteed that everything just works. We saw it with Real Madrid. Real Madrid was the best team in the world, and they bought the best player in the world at the time in Mbappe, and they got one of the best managers. Well, actually, at the time they didn't have one of the best managers, because Xabi Alonso didn't come in yet. But Ancelotti was still considered one of the best managers in the world, and it didn't work. It didn't work the way it should, because you can't just take star talent, mix it in, and expect it to just work. That's not how football's played. You know, team with good structure and good strategy will beat you if you're not ticking. And right now, Liverpool aren't ticking. And I think they will probably tick. I think the real key to this title race is how far can Arsenal get ahead before Liverpool tick. It's almost it. Speaking of ticking, it's like a ticking time bomb, to be honest. Can we capitalize as Arsenal fans on Liverpool's wobble and just continue to win games if Liverpool continue to maybe drop points and slip up? Or will we slip up? I think that's the main key. I think if Liverpool stay within 5 points after the next break, well, after the break in January, after that the January transfer window, and Liverpool is still but there or thereabouts, I think it's any one game. I think if we put enough distance between them, we're probably not gonna it's probably gonna be us just running away with it. But that's utopia. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. But yeah, I think Liverpool fans should not be so harsh on Slot. I think he's just trying to work things out. It's not as easy as people think it is, and I think they will click in time. But that's just my opinion. As I said, please like the video if you want to consider supporting the channel, and please subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you next time.